So let's just go ahead and jump right into the project. We're going to start out by planing some mahogany here. We're going to be using mahogany and walnut to make this picture frame. Now I'm going to go to the table saw and rip these to their final width. After I get these all ripped to their final width, I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut a little dado or a rabbit to accept the picture frame plexiglass and the backing along with the picture. You can see here I'm just taking that, making 2 passes on the table saw, and I'll make a nice little notch or rabbit there. Now I'm going to take those to the miter saw and cut them to 45-degree angles. I'll do this for all the corners so that it'll match up good. We're going to be adding splines to this, so this will make these corners much stronger.
By no means will this be perfect, but I do have a little quick solution I think to fix this. I'm going to put some glue in here. And I'm going to glue these 2 boards together as well. And then clamp them. Hold this in place and it should fix it. It's going to be on the back, so you probably won't be able to see it anyway. But we screwed up, or I screwed up, so let's just fix it and move on.
Now I'm simply just cleaning up my mistake. I'm going to go to the miter saw and cut these extra pieces hanging off, and then I'm going to go to the table saw and clean up that edge a little bit. Not going to be perfect, but it's going to work for what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to cut a rabbit in all of my pieces. This is going to be for a piece of walnut. It's going to be like a little inlay here. So I made 1 pass with my dado blade, and then I'm going to go back, move the table saw over just a little bit, and then I'm going to cut it the rest of the way so it'll be wide enough to accept the walnut that I have. This is going to look really good when it gets finished. Trust me, I've seen it. Now we're going to go back and glue that walnut into the mahogany. I went ahead and sanded some of these to get that some of the rough edges sanded down before I glued them up. To glue them up, I'm just going to take some tape and tape the corners together. And I go back and add some clamps just to add some extra strength to make sure it stays together. But again, we're going to be adding that spline that's going to make these much stronger. Now we're going to take all those clamps off and we're going to the table saw to cut these splines. Or actually, I guess we're going to start out cutting the groove that's going to accept the spline. Make sure you turn your table saw off between each pass, and I did that to make sure it didn't have any kickback or unwanted issues there. Rotate, reclamp, and cut the next one. Rinse and repeat. Now we can glue those splines in place. I just let these sit for a couple hours and let them dry. After they did dry, I took them over to my sander and I just sanded these flush. I'll touch them up with the random orbit sander here shortly, but I was getting the majority of this done over here at the sander. The last thing you do before you apply your finish is going to be do that final sanding. I sanded this to 220, and then I applied boiled linseed oil. This stuff is really going to make this project pop, and right there you can see it. It looks great. I've already cut the back off camera, but I went ahead and cut this plexiglass here, and I like to add that masking tape in there to keep it from splintering and breaking. Don't know how much it helps, but I feel better about doing that. Now let's remove that masking tape and remove the plastic, and we're just about ready to call this project done.
So the project is done, and I think this thing turned out awesome. What's funny is that today's actually August 11th, and tomorrow, which hopefully I'm uploading this video tomorrow, which will be August 12th, will actually be my anniversary. So this is actually going to be an anniversary present for my wife. She has no idea about this, so please don't tell her. So if she sees the video before I give it to her, then it'll be spoiled. But hopefully I'll get it to her before she sees the video. But I just want to say a big thank you to my wife, and I love you. And kind of like our relationship, I made a mistake in here, and our marriage may not always be perfect, but we can go back and fix the things that we mess up and make it better. And even though it's still not perfect on this side, the whole picture looks great, and it turned out perfect. So again, I want to say a big thank you to her, and I love you very much. And 2 years is awesome together, and I hope to have many more years. So if this happens to be your first video that you've seen of mine, make sure you click that subscribe button. And apparently now you need to ring the bell, because that will allow you to know when I upload videos. So please make sure you do that. Thanks again for watching, and as always, y'all will see me next time.